Yeah, there we are. Hey,
Wow.
everybody, welcome in to. I gotta scoot over so I can slide myself in here.
Yeah.
To our special Saturday episode 14, the legendary autogram episode. Here we are of the Barking Brad
Wow,
Show.
it is.
It is. It's great. It's interesting. It's our special day at camp recap, and we're kind of like hastily jammed in. I didn't bring my computer like I was supposed to, but here we are. I am your host, Jacob, over at Roachism13 on the Twitters. Joined as always, he's now on my left.
Yeah, first time in person.
The man that never misses, Nick Carnes. Nick, what a day.
Wow.
It was. I'm sunburned. I'm a
Me
little.
too. Yeah, I see. I feel it.
A little worn out from the sun, so we'll give everybody a chance. What are you doing here? Okay. I was trying to get the chat up here real quick because I always forget to put the chat up, and that ends up being the issue. So we were at training camp today. We're going to do a little special episode here today. We're going to recap training camp. I had a couple of questions I saw already on Twitter. If you have any questions about what we saw, what we didn't see, who we saw, who we didn't see, we saw Odell's car.
We did see Odell's
We watched
car.
Odell and Jarvis come out of the facility. As we were walking to our cars, we just happened to be walking to in front of the facility, and they came out, and that was
Odell drives. Oh, baby, that thing is a spicy piece of machinery there.
It is. Yeah, it is something. It was great. It was a great day. So any questions you guys have, fire them on over here. We did Nick's preview of the 53-man on last week's episode.
Yeah.
And we've already got the questions. He's not yet.
Oh, no.
Nick, how wasted are you? He's not.
I'm not. No, not at all.
We did not drink yet. So we were not there. The question about Delpit. So we were unfortunately today is the every other day that they're not practicing. Yeah. So Odell, Delpit,
Ronnie
Harrison because he injured himself yesterday. Curtis Weaver. I know I had a question about how Curtis Weaver looked. Yeah. He was not out there today. Myles Garrett wasn't out there today.
No Nick Chubb,
but they were all planned for those guys. So the rehabbing guys were not out there. So now we have to. It's only got my name up here because of the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we're not on split.
Is that Jen who has joined? Hi, Jen.
That is Jen, isn't it? Hey, I didn't even notice who it was.
Wow. You know what? Yeah. It's amazing what happens when we go live that isn't 3 a.m. in over in England.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's amazing that you're able to join. So welcome to people we are at a time that you can join us when you normally can't join us.
Yeah.
Dan is asking us about Chubb. Dan was with us.
Dan was with us.
He's with us. He knows exactly what happened with Dan or with Chubb that he wasn't out there today. But I made a purchase today.
He did.
Andy made a purchase. Our good friend Andy got a signed Bernie Kosar helmet.
Yeah, they had some good merchandise.
They had some very good merchandise. They had the one was already sold out. The signed Kareem Hunt. It's 10 p.m. her time.
Yeah, all right. Well, hey,
that's why she's able to.
That's an improvement. It's not 3 a.m.
Hey, I know. And maybe we'll do some more of these Saturday shows. But we're in person together. We were just at training camp. For those of you just joining, so we are together.
First time too. This is my first time meeting. You know, because Jacob and I have been friends for a while now, right? This is episode 14, but it's the first time I ever met the guy.
Yeah,
he's as cool in person as he is online. So I can tell you about that. But
we got a conspiracy theory with Dan. So this was our conspiracy theory, right? That's where we're starting it with. We're just coming off the top of Dan. It was Andy, I think, was the one that came up with it. So Nick saw as. You know what? You go ahead and talk about that aspect of it. Then we'll talk about Dan and Andy's comments and our little conspiracy theory that we have going on here.
Jacob, the shirt that I'm wearing under my jersey here today and our bright color here is not by coincidence. It was, you know what? I was wearing a different color shirt before we went to camp, but I decided specifically to put orange on beneath this because today, mysteriously, with no announcement.
It was really weird because I was driving when this happened.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. It was very mysterious and weird.
So literally from one second to the next, I'm scrolling through Twitter. And then And then all of a sudden, what happens? But there is an orange Nick Chubb jersey on the Browns team
and
shop.
not the old ones, not
No,
like that,
no.
not like the crappy uniforms. Like it was basically this uniform. These stripes are what the stripes that are here on my arm were like black on that.
Yeah.
So it was like these stripes that were black. Was it the black numbers, the black 24 and the 24?
Yeah, brown. Oh, here.
Oh, brown numbers. Yeah.
This is gonna be awkward.
Oh, it's right there.
Sorry. No, wait.
It's a mock-up.
We're
awkwardly
here.
scrolling.
Yeah, sorry, but we got it.
Yeah, so brown numbers, black and white stripes, and then in an orange jersey.
Yeah.
A black and white. The stripes. I'm sorry, it's inverted.
Yeah.
The stripes here were the white, and the black where the orange is was black.
Yeah.
And then an orange jersey. It was a Nick Chubb orange jersey.
And only no Baker, no Miles, no anybody. Right, because they tweet out the orange jerseys, and then people are like, "Oh, well, could I get an Odell one? Could I get a Baker one, or whatever?" And I'm like, "Well, all I see because so Jacob and I before we went live, we just scrolled through the team shop, and so mysteriously,
and it was still like that.
It's only Nick Chubb, and so this kind of leads us into our conspiracy theory
of where Nick Chubb was today,
because Nick Chubb did not see Nick Chubb out there at all.
Yeah, so. Andy, Dan is put it up here, and Ryan checking in, asking if you're sunburned, Nick.
Oh, yeah. I am.
Yeah, we are.
I am. I have. What do I have? I have Polish roots, and so we burn. Yeah. Eventually, I'll be tan.
Vikings are expected to be without 3 quarterbacks, including Kirk Cousins, for practice tonight after Kellen Mond tested positive for COVID-19. Breaking news.
Jeez.
Hey, it's beginning of training camp. Like, you're not playing for, 2-3 weeks. Our conspiracy is that currently, reason we didn't see Nick Chubb out there was he was signing his extension.
Yeah. We were thinking they were going to announce it right then and there.
Yeah. Just waited for it. Yep. Didn't happen.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Because we're wondering, we're like, well, Andy, I got to give credit to Andy here because Andy's like, well, They release only the Nick Chubb jersey. Is this for a specific? Is this a precursor to something?
Feels like it would be weird if they weren't re-signing.
Yeah, it would be very strange if they, of all the players you could pick. I mean, granted, Nick Chubb's great.
Oh yeah, phenomenal, but technically only under contract this year.
Technically only, so it makes you wonder.
Makes you wonder. But in true me fashion, I called my wife and got permission. So nobody in here try to out me. Hey, Ed, something about you're asking about Kadero Hodge down in there. I got some stuff about Nick and Kadero Hodge. Just you wait. We got you. We're coming up in here for you. Let me catch up real quick on some of these comments. Ed is at the mall watching and telling Steelers fans that the Browns are winning the Super Bowl. He's doing the Lord's work. He's out there doing the Lord's work. Zach Martin weighing in. Those jerseys are fire. Jacob, dope that I got to go to my first camp. We haven't had any beers yet, actually. We were just drinking water. It was very hot. But if you want,
I have. What do I have?
He has beers.
I have beer.
He has beers right here. He's looking at the beers.
Do you want beer?
No, I'm okay, man. Okay. I still got to hydrate. I'm a little too worn out. So, Jenny weighing in says that the Ohio Sun will kill you. Just don't be directly in the Ohio Sun. Like it can be very, very brutal, but it's not. Ryan is asking about your thoughts on the orange jersey. Well, you need to understand that the biggest person in the world that is the biggest fan of orange jerseys, and probably the fan that is not the biggest fan of orange jerseys, are both on the screen right now.
And Jacob and I really don't disagree about a whole lot.
No.
But
Kadero Hodge and orange jerseys. There's the two things. No, for real. Like, I don't mind the orange jerseys so much, but like the whole orange. I can't do orange pants, orange jerseys. Sure. Like I think that's a giant traffic cone. But I checked with my wife before I did that, but they had some awesome memorabilia there. I saw Jim Donovan right in front of me.
We did see Jim Donovan right in front of us.
Too scared to say hello. He was fist bumping everybody. Chicken shit.
He looks really cool, by the way.
He looks good.
He just looks like a guy that you'd like to say hello to.
But look at this. Look at this. I got a white replica Nick Chubb signed helmet.
Cheers to that, friend.
Orange face mask, white helmet, orange signature from Nick Chubb right here.
The one and only.
From right there. For those of you that can't see it, it is a full replica helmet.
Certified authentic.
I will put it on my head.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Hold on a second. We're gonna put this on my head.
There we go. Let's go. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
a.
Oh, there. We figured it. We're figuring it out.
You're not supposed to like put your head in here.
Well, I'm sure you could. Like maybe if you remove that, you could. Right? It's got the pads in there. Like it's. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a legit helmet.
Yeah, it's a legit helmet. I tried to put it on there and it just went bang at me. So, but there it is. Yeah.
Could I hold it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's a full replica helmet.
It's got the weight of a helmet. You know what I'm saying? Like those helmets that aren't legit are like light or whatever. And like this one, it has the weight.
Yeah. It's an authentic. Yeah, it's a replica. Like it's a full. But I think I did break it, Rachel. Like no, like there's this little like you can see it. It's got this little. It's just a piece of
but
plastic.
it looks okay. I think it didn't move, did it?
No, not really. But I think these pads aren't full pads. I think that's what it is. It's like
Gotcha.
I think it's discouraging people from putting it on and like smashing their heads against the wall.
By the way, hi. I don't think we've ever had Ray join either.
No, I don't think so.
Shout out to Rachel. Hello.
She's in there.
Thank you.
She's having a
for being
good time. She's calling me a coward.
here. No,
I don't know.
It's
I don't know. I know. I love her. She's great.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. I told her that she was live tweeting one of the OBR's streams the other night,
okay.
and I told her that I'm going to live tweet her live tweets this fall sometime, and she was like, "Be careful, I get in trouble." And I'm like, "Let's do it." So I'm going to live tweet her live tweets. So that is we got some magnets.
We did.
He's got one up
We
with
did,
magnet
yeah.
schedule. We got some magnet schedules up there.
The Browns gave out free water.
Free waters.
Free
yeah.
water. They gave out these handy dandy schedules here.
And we got like full size like paper
Yeah.
versions of that as well.
I saw some kids walking around with like legit like the "We Want More" Browns
Yes.
posters.
Yeah. I didn't see where they were getting those.
Didn't either, but I would have loved to see
We
them.
also didn't get in there until like 2:00.
Yeah.
And practice started at like 2:25, so
Yeah.
we were like pushing some stuff. But yeah,
So if there's any lesson to be learned for anyone that's going to camp after us, it's if you get there early, there's a lot of really cool things that like
get there as early as possible.
Yeah, the Browns have a lot of like there were games too. There's like this field goal kicking thing, and I saw there's like a ring toss and some other stuff. There's a lot of like family friendly and just like for anyone, any kind of activity that you can like do.
We beelined it to the autographed merch.
Yeah.
Because Andy saw it and he was like, I'm going to go over there and check that out. And I was like, sure, I'll go over there and check it out too.
Yeah.
And then there was that Nick Chubb signed helmet. And I was just like,
Yeah.
Okay, man, we gotta go in there. Yes, to answer your question, Zach, it is a magnet. So they were giving away the little magnets of the schedule. And then like, it was probably about this big by about that big of paper versions of
It's
it.
like a little poster kind of.
Yeah, like a little program poster type situation. So we're just it was good. It's really good. Dan weighed in a little bit earlier and said that we're about to get extra crispy Nick.
We're gonna be, you know what?
He's already fried and
today this is the beginning of something fun. That's what I have to say. Because for those who don't know, thankfully it's, you know, and shout out to Andy who was the one who got the camp tickets in the first place and brought Jacob, myself, and Dan. After we do this, because we also have met. Not only did I get to meet Jacob, but I also got to meet Andy, you know, our resident dog chugger, and Dan. He loves his extra crispy wings, and so we're gonna hang out with them.
We met Jules.
Oh, we did. We met Jules and Mar, and I know Sam was there too because I saw she tweeted me. And I'm sorry, Sam.
We couldn't find you.
We tried.
We tried to find you, but I think Nick tried to DM you back to try to figure out where you were. I also was trying to find a friend of the show, Tyler Johnson, one of the hosts.
Yeah, we didn't find him either.
He tweeted me, and the problem was he was live tweeting from their pod Twitter account.
Okay.
So I made the mistake of not jumping on there to make sure we could link up with them.
Yeah.
But there was so much going on at camp
Yeah.
that we were having a hard time trying to focus on everything. And I was
Yeah.
I was laser focused on what was going in. Most of the team drills were happening on the other field that wasn't right in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
But we have some videos and some photos, some good things. So let's just jump into what we saw.
Yeah, you know what? You brought up a good thing. You said everything was happening so quickly.
So much was going on. I mean, you had individual drills, all of the individual positions that were going on at the same time. You had like some 7-on-7s going on while we also had like the D line and stuff going on there. But yeah, it was a lot going on.
The thing to me, and I tweeted this when almost immediately after after camp started, because I saw I think I saw 4 or 5 of Freddie Kitchens camps, and just the speed with which everything was happening was so different. It was just like you could see that, and maybe the Stefanski camp isn't, because Meredith Kane responded to me about my take about camps being different, and so maybe the camp isn't as long as Freddie's, but I think they use time more effectively than what I saw from Freddie. Freddie's was very slow moving, and it was just I would get distracted by something, because I'm meeting these 3 awesome people for the first time, and we're talking about various things, and then I'd look up, and a new position group would be right in front of us.
Just like that. They were Nick audibly said it. Of course, this was my first camp, but I remember you and Dan said it too, and Andy even said it. It was very much like there was a true blue plan on what they were doing out there, and it was like, we say this all the time when we talk about Kevin Stefanski and the things that he brings that's different than what coaches in the past have bring. But they kept saying man, they're down to business. Yeah. Man, they're moving. That kept getting said over and over again was, man, they're moving. Man, they're working. They're executing. Their time management was. So you're saying Meredith responded that the practices were longer under Freddie?
Yeah. But she said, and I probably can. It's just real awkwardly because I thought it was really good feedback from Meredith, and I think I can pull it up real fast here. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, bear with us, folks. Meredith said, where are you, Meredith? She said, Freddie ran training camp like he was Bear Bryant. Camp never ended early, and he'd make guys run drills nonstop if he didn't think they were working hard enough. That's one of the reasons so many of us were fooled going into 2019. That's
a really good – I like that. I like that a lot that she brought up that because I was also saw things in camp. I wasn't there, but I saw things in camp that was man, Freddie knows what's going on.
Yeah.
This dude, they are working. Mm-hmm. They're working. They work under Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
But I did not hear anybody scream at anybody.
No.
In any kind of way. And there were mistakes made. We're talking 4th day of camp, right?
Yeah.
This is the 4th day of camp. There were mistakes that were made, but it was the coaches were so hands-on on there. You could just see every rep that a coach, especially the position drills. Those position drills, especially the ones we got to see, there was quite a few position drills that happened literally just right in front of us. And you could just really see, especially Chris Kiffin on the defensive line, he was getting in there, hands-on, really getting into some I'm a visual learner.
Okay.
I'm very much a visual learner. Show me how to do it and then let me fiddle around with it. We've had that a lot at work. My first week at work this week where my boss is like, okay, this is the form for this and this is what we do and things like that. And then she's like, okay, I got a meeting. And so I'd go and sit at my desk and I'd be click, 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 click. I'm just clicking on everything on the screen. And you could see Chris Kiffin really getting in there, especially. He's the one, the defensive line. For one, they were the most time in front of us, I think.
I liked them the best too.
Yeah. You really felt like you could see Kiffin getting after it. And Miles didn't practice today. It was a Veterans Day off for Miles. And it was still in Tack McKinley, for those that know, he did. Yes, Nick is drinking a White Claw.
I am.
Yes, for those jumping in there.
Dude, don't hate on the White Claw. White Claws are wonderful.
And
Jacob made the comment, we need to be hydrated. And there's water in here, bucko. So I'm just saying, White Claw.
There's water in White Claw.
There it is. Hydration.
That is. but Takk McKinley did leave the field today. It was sickness. He was sick yesterday.
Okay.
He was feeling ill again. I saw that tweeted out by Cammie just a little bit ago. Jenny weighs in. Here we go. Kevin is the GOAT. He will lead them. He would lead them, but also make them work. Yeah, I mean, you definitely saw work being done. I mean, they were putting in work. They were reps. There was not a lot of standing around, not a lot of walking around. They rotated guys through really well. Like there was always a chance to catch your breath, and there was always a chance to be working.
I want to say, and this probably might be premature to say this like already, because it's like you could kind of surmise camp. But for me, the thing that stood out to me, and Jacob was soaking things in like a sponge, and so and granted, I get distracted more easily.
I wasn't speaking to people. I was like,
Jacob was just like, okay. But the thing that clearly stood out to me is they were doing these drills where it was they were lining up like it was a full offensive line, but it was just one defensive end versus one tackle, and every tackle they lined up against Jadeveon Clowney, he manhandled them. Because they'd have a coach playing as the quarterback, and Jadeveon Clowney, I did not see a rep that he did not get to the quarterback, and that was really cool. So like he looks so, and Jacob made this comment. He said he just has such length, and he looks just agile, and it just. He was coming at him from a variety of ways. Sometimes he was like bull rushing. Sometimes he was using swim moves, spin moves, whatever. But that he was on a mission today, and that it just stood out to me. I thought Jadeveon Clowney was by far the player to me that just he looked like he couldn't be stopped, and I'm really excited for the season with that.
Clowney's like, there's a lot of people, and maybe there's something to it, that wonder if maybe some of his speed and athleticism may have gone a little bit with age. It may be slowly deteriorating. It didn't feel like it.
No.
Now I get it. It was helmets and shorts. I get that.
Yeah.
But here we are, and as much as you can gain from a practice like this, you gained that his athleticism is understated, I think. His length, his arm, his wingspan.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to keep Clowney in front of you. It's hard to keep Clowney from bodying you up. He has to, I think, use a little bit more power than he does athleticism now, just kind of like getting up there, 28 years old, I think. Yeah. And Clowney stood out, but I think on the defensive line, and I'll get to who I thought was the biggest standout of the day, but the defensive lineman that I saw, and it was from the defensive tackle position that was really manhandling to people today, was Marvin Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Marvin Wilson was handling some people today. Once again, no shoulder pads. So how hard are you blocking?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know you don't want to look like shit.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want coaches to see you look like shit.
Yeah.
Like,
agreed.
And Marvin Wilson, like, I know you said to me, you're like, who was that?
Yeah, I did.
You said a couple of times, I said, oh, that was Marvin Wilson. Well, Marvin Wilson's 65. And you're like, okay, because I've seen him blow up a couple of things.
He did.
And depending from the angles, it can be hard. There's a lot of players. There's 90 players on the roster right now. So there's a number 25 on offense and defense.
Yeah.
Offense being Demetric Felton.
Yeah.
We'll get to the offensive side of the ball. I think we've kind of gone on to the defensive side of the ball. Let's get through our defensive rack. Let's do that.
And especially because it's like, so you really had to pay attention because the offense, so there's only one major set of bleachers now because it used to be different. And the offense was in the far field from us.
There was two fields in front.
And there was like a wall of players standing. Yeah. So it was a little harder. But the defense was up close and personal to
for
us.
Most of it, especially their individual drills.
So I know, and I think Marvin Wilson will always have a special place to me because he was one of the first breakdowns we did.
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I saw he had the knee brace on, because I know he looked good.
He looked good. He looked healthy.
He looked good. And Jacob said, shout out to one of the defensive tackles I have making my final 53-man roster, which we're doing a challenge for. Malik McDowell. Man, that is.
Are we going to announce that challenge on Tuesday?
Oh man, yeah.
We'll announce the challenge. We're doing a challenge versus each other, head to head on the 53-man.
It's going to be super fun.
We'll announce that on Tuesday. We're we've got some guests lined up for Tuesday. I need to verify
I need
to verify over this weekend.
We have quite a show for you on Tuesday.
Tuesday will be our Steelers preview episode.
Oh boy, yeah, Steelers preview, and so even I, Jacob's a little more unbiased, I think. Sometimes
it just depends on the day.
Yeah, I'm a Giant homer. You're a Giant. Okay, we're Team Homer here.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, and so we're gonna take off those Homer hats, and we're gonna like straight up talk Pittsburgh,
Steelers.
Cleveland football.
Let's take an objective look at the Steelers. And we've got some guys lined up, and I'll send some tweets out. So let's catch up over here on the side real quick. How was Walker looking? We'll get to Walker. We didn't see a ton of the linebackers, but you noticed Walker and you noticed Jacob Phillips. Let's put it like that today. Malcolm Smith played a few good reps on the ball. The defense played much better, I thought, in 7-on-7 than the offense did.
I want to say one thing, and I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding this player, and I know that both Jacob and I do not have him making the final 53-man roster, but right as practice started, the linebackers were close to us, and I mean, Mack Wilson, for whatever people say, that guy is just shredded.
I'm not sure why he was photoshopping.
No, we said the same thing. Why is this guy? I mean, those guys, like I don't think it's a stretch to say that he is the most built linebacker among the group.
I think so. He's somewhere up there.
And so I'm not saying that makes him better, but I'm just saying, I mean, the guy's putting in work.
Yeah. You
got to respect him for that.
He's not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah.
If Clowney can stay healthy, he can be scary. I think so. Greg says he thinks Clowney's happy to be here. Roger has caught up with our friends that we're meeting with after this, so that's great. Curtis Weaver was on the sidelines. Curtis Weaver is part of the rehabbing group that did not practice today. So that was a question we got. Curtis Weaver did not practice today.
I'm so sad about that.
Yeah. So Marvin Wilson played really well, but the guy that you could not stop looking at was Malik McDowell.
Yeah.
That dude is a mountain of a man among mountain of men. Like, it was like, I said, do you know where Malik McDowell is? I said it to everybody. They're like, what number is he? Oh, wait, hold on. I found it.
Yep.
He's number 58 for purposes. You'll see why if you see any of these images. But Malik McDowell stands out because he is just, these are mountain of men. These are D tackles, and he is a man amongst men.
Yeah.
And it's like, Malik McDowell looked pretty good. He was moving pretty well. That was my concern with Malik McDowell, was that he had that injury in some of those camps.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if he was going to get enough reps. He looked good. The defensive line looked good. You can't overly look at either side of the line because they don't have pads on, so they're not full on going.
Yeah.
But in terms of guys looking athletic, I thought everybody that was out there looked healthy.
Agreed.
Greedy looked good.
Yeah.
Greedy looked good.
Greedy did.
AJ Green got some first team reps for the second time.
Yeah.
That's somebody I want to focus on. We talk about AJ Green. We both have AJ Green making the roster.
We do. AJ Green stand right here.
AJ Green had a couple pass breakups today.
Yeah, he did.
AJ Green has got speed and length. He is the kind of corner that I like the idea of playing up against big body guys like Chase Claypool, Jamar Chase, guys like that. I'm not saying he's ready to take on those guys. That's not at all. But he got some first team reps, and he looked like he belonged. It wasn't one of those things where you throw him out there with the first team just so he gets first team reps, and you're like, who the hell is this joker? Like, it wasn't. It really felt like he belonged out there. AJ Green looked pretty good.
You made the comment to me that overall the defense really came to play.
The defense came to play today.
They definitely did. They had a lot of. I don't know.
They outplayed the
offense. I would agree. I'm not sure how many interceptions they had because there were a lot of throws into traffic that like we couldn't exactly see
because we had the people that were standing on the sidelines.
Yeah. But regardless, even if they weren't intercepted, the defenders were right there.
Mm-hmm. I liked what Baker did today. Like, he was good. He was good.
Yeah.
He wasn't great, but he was good.
Yeah.
He looked good, but he was fitting some windows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
DPJ, we're about to transition to the offense. We'll wait for a second. So many thoughts all at once.
So many.
But the guy that stood out overall completely for me, the number one guy I thought on the field today was John Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
John Johnson picked off Baker Mayfield. He had another breakup that almost got picked off, I think, by Troy Hill.
Yeah.
I don't know that they were both on Baker. I think one of them was on Keenum, but you saw 43 a lot. 43 was good today. John Johnson was very good. He was I think to me, and it is not a unpopular take. This is not a hot take. John Johnson is the most important signing they made of this season. I would agree. Not just signing, addition.
I would agree.
It's John Johnson. And John Johnson came to play today. He was all over the field, man.
I didn't get to tweet this out because I lost it when I got a new phone. But they were interviewing our defensive coordinator, whose name escapes me. Joe Woods. They were interviewing Joe Woods, and they asked him about playing nickel, dime. I'm sorry.
He likes big nickel.
I'm messing this up right now.
Big nickel and dime.
But so basically, what you need to know is that the Browns played 14 total snaps of
dime. Yeah.
Last year, and he said that ideally he wanted to play in the hundreds of snaps.
I think he wanted to play in a large percentage, like not just snap counts, but percent. They played 14 snaps.
Yeah.
That was one of their, like, they want to run a 4-2-5 big nickel base. Yeah. They want to run a base, and then they want to play some dime. I think they play more big nickel than they do dime. But
that's what John Johnson is a key cog in enabling that.
John Johnson doesn't come off the field.
No.
There's no way they announced it that Anthony Walker will be calling plays. He will be wearing the green dot, but John Johnson's not coming off the field.
You know, it's funny to me because when I watch a lot of NFL Live, that's just something I like for perspective. And whenever like they talk about the Rams defense, obviously they talk all about Aaron Donald, and deservedly so. But nobody mentions that this Pro Bowler and the caller of the defense is gone. Mm-hmm. They just act like the Rams defense is not going to skip a beat. And watching John Johnson out there, I don't see that.
John Johnson finds the football. Like if you said, hey, right now, just make one statement about what John Johnson did today, or in general, he finds the football.
Yes.
And he breaks it up. And Troy Hill had a few nice plays out there today.
Yeah, he did.
AJ Green played pretty well. Overall, that defense beat the offense on 7-on-7s once again. I don't know what it looks like with pads on. I don't know. The Browns receivers struggled to get open a little bit today.
And I think we have to consider Odell wasn't out there. Jarvis. You said Jarvis was out. I mean,
he was in and out.
Yeah, so Jarvis was in and out. And so I'm trying to think about our receivers. So for what that's worth, right? Our most dynamic receiver was not there. But to this point,
and how Manella was the offense today? Incredibly.
Yeah.
Incredibly.
Yeah.
So you can't take a lot of that.
But I would say that the reports overall have been that the offense has looked ahead of the defense, and rightfully so. But today, I would agree with you. The defense definitely won the day.
Yeah, it won the day. It was fine. That doesn't, Baker didn't throw 15 picks.
No.
But this was a situation where I think the offense flexed a little bit. No, Ryan Jarvis does not have an injury, does not still have the hip injury. He said he is 100%.
Yeah, he did.
He's 100%. I don't know if there's any kind of lingering anything from the first couple of days, but there's really no contact. So he looked fine when he was on the field. He looked perfectly fine. We saw him get in the car with Odell and drive off.
Yeah.
In what was one of the nicest cars I've ever seen.
That was really cool.
Yeah. Get in his car and drive off. That was
just a happenstance of timing because we went and met, shout out to Jules and to Mare, who we ended up finding. But because we stayed there for a little bit longer, when we were walking out from the facility, Jarvis and Odell were walking out of the front of the Browns facility because now, for anyone who hasn't been to camp, you're walking in front of Lou Groza Boulevard to Front Street because Front Street's where they have all the parking. So we're walking in front of the Browns facility, and just at that time, Jarvis and Odell, and everyone's hooting and hollering. And Odell, bless his heart, comes right over.
He gave some fist bumps to some kids.
That was really cool.
Yeah, dude.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was you would. David Njoku came over.
David Njoku did
signs. Tried to meet some fans and sign some things and get in trouble for it.
Denzel Ward did the OHIO stuff.
Yeah, he turned around and did some stuff. I'm gonna check our Twitter feed, my Twitter feed, make sure there isn't any questions over here.
So for Andy, I guess DM'd us these punishments for those who don't know, we're doing like a little 53-man roster competition between like the 4 of us, 5 of us. I'm not sure, but he had some ideas for punishments, and he wanted to know our thoughts. And Andy, I don't have my phone right now, so I'm sorry, I don't. Maybe Jacob can tell us, but regardless, we're gonna see you, so we definitely are gonna discuss it.
We'll discuss it.
Yeah.
I got a DM about how Malik McDowell looked. He looked like a mountain of a man.
Yeah, he did. There was a play because I was like, "Who is it? Was it 97?"
Yeah, Malik Jackson.
That's not. I'm sorry. Malik Jackson. You said Malik McDowell. I
Yeah.
said Malik Jackson. But Malik McDowell, you know what? It's a tough task to make Andrew Billings look small.
Oh, that's somebody I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Which shout out to Andrew Billings, because I know Jacob's about to say some stuff. But all I want to say about Malik McDowell is it's to make Andrew Billings look small, you got to be a big dude.
Yeah, so he's asking about the punishment. Yeah, we will just talk about that today and discuss that on Tuesday. The punishment.
Yeah.
So Andrew Billings, for everybody that thinks like he looked overweight, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's lost about 20 pounds. Cameron Justice tweeted it out.
Mm-hmm.
He did not. He looked fine.
He did.
He looked like he did the last time he was playing football.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the tight end situation? Okay, interesting thought about the tight ends that Ryan brings up. We're going to shift over to the offense.
Yeah, let's do it.
Some of our takeaways from the other side of the ball. Keep firing questions as you get them. And if you don't get into the show or you're listening to this on the pod or the replay, the pod version will come out tomorrow evening sometime. Send us an DM at us.
Yeah.
Send us an email at us at the Barking Brown Show at gmail.com.
Comments are always appreciated. We'll answer them. We love to answer all the likes, comments. Don't forget, we're still growing on YouTube. So at 225 subscribers, you get another GV Artwork shirt giveaway, and we're very excited to do that. Jacob and I love doing that. So we're still growing. So you guys obviously are helping us out. So thank you so much for all that.
And we're looking for sponsors to grow our brand. So if anybody wants to grow together, get in on this while you can.
We've got some pretty enticing numbers through 14 weeks.
We're
13 weeks.
We're getting on there.
And so, I mean, shout out to anybody interested.
So the tight ends were interesting today because they got quite a bit of work in. There was a point, and I got some video of it, of Baker. This was the maturation of Baker Mayfield was something that took a lot of key today. At a certain point, Baker walks over to the field right in front of us while they're doing special teams work, while they're doing team drills and stuff. Comes over and he just runs plays with Austin Hooper. Play action, bootlegs, doing all these things, just getting reps in with Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper looks good.
Yeah.
He looks better than I think he looked last year. I'm very excited about how that might shake out. Kevin Stefanski said pregame, it's going to be really nice to see the role they have for him. Mm-hmm. So they're going to do an expanded role for Austin Hooper.
Yeah.
Some kind of different situation with Austin Hooper. I think he looked really good. Njoku still remains the man that I'm most embarrassed to be around because of how good he looks physically.
He does.
Just walking around, he's a freak. He made some plays today. The tight ends looked pretty good today.
I would say there's a stark contrast for me between Austin Hooper and David Njoku, and then so Austin and Hooper and David Njoku are working with the first team. They're doing all this stuff, and Harrison Bryant at times was working with special teams while some of that was going on. So I think it seems like they want to feature. And no slight.
Top two and then the rest.
No slight to Harrison Bryant or Carlson or anything like that. But I just think they have defined roles that they want both Hooper and Njoku to slot into.
Yeah, I think they've got really big plans for the tight end position.
Yeah.
And they looked good. But the guy on the offense I think that caught my eye the most was a guy I'm very high on, Demetric Felton. Demetric Felton saw a lot more snaps today with Nick Chubb not out on the field, and he had explosion. He had the explosion that we saw at UCLA, the explosion that we, for whatever reason, did not see at his pro day. Mm-hmm. He turns the corner as well as anybody on the team.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not comparing him to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, but if he can get out there and he can get around that corner, the explosion, which is what I said when they drafted him, was the thing that I liked the most, was the explosion.
Yeah.
He looked really good. I think my offensive MVP today was Demetric Felton. I think he looked best.
I would agree with you, and I see that my friend Browns Country Dom. Hello, I'm so glad you're here. I shout out to you. Just another long time person that and if you don't follow that man, you definitely should. But I agree with you about Demetric Felton, which brings me to a question for you because obviously Jacob's the sponge here, which I know I've said a bunch of times. Was Dearness Johnson out there today?
Yes,
he was out there.
Yeah, he looked pretty good.
Okay. Now I just
but Felton got a lot of first team reps.
Felton did. He did. I would definitely say that Felton got more.
He probably got the most reps of a running back out there. It felt like he was out there a lot. Cream got plenty of reps.
Yeah.
But Nick Chubb wasn't out there, and it seemed like Nick Chubb's reps went to – how many reps does Nick Chubb need on July 31st?
No.
It's not that kind of thing. But, I agree with Browns Country down there that Njoku is going to have a big year. I think Njoku finds a way to get extended. I do. I think he finds a way to get extended. But, I'm really excited. I think Demetric Felton, he was the offensive MVP today. Cody Parkey made all of his kicks.
He did. Cody Perfect Parkey. Shout out to my friend John always says I jinxed him, but Cody was perfect in the playoffs. I pointed that out yesterday. It's probably one of my favorite things. And I just want to say, when Nick Chubb gets extended, that helmet is going to rise significantly in value.
Do not wear this helmet.
Well,
it says it on the back.
Well, I mean, you very briefly, wore it. What a price.
Very briefly attempted to wear it.
I think there were like 3 helmets total, and our group bought 2 of them.
Yes. Yeah. There was a Bernie that got bought by Andy. I bought the Nick Chubb, and I think there was a Phil Dawson one.
Yeah. Oh,
I think that's who that was.
Man, I should have bought a Phil Dawson.
Yeah.
Wow,
there was a signed framed Kareem Hunt jersey.
Yeah.
It was already sold by the time we walked up, though.
Okay.
But that one was gone. There was some really good signed stuff up there.
They had a signed. It was a picture of Jarvis Landry, stiff arming a Jets player on Baker Mayfield's debut.
Yes.
And that picture.
There was a picture of the whole offensive line signed by the whole offensive line.
I don't know.
Up there.
What was I even doing?
I don't know. I think you were looking for people and you run the Twitter or something.
Fair. Yeah, I probably was.
I spent too much. If I hadn't bought that Nick Chubb replica jersey, I would have seen people wear the throwback unis in person today.
Oh
my God, they're clean. I would have had to get me one of those.
They're so good.
But $100 and some, and I spent a lot of money on.
Yeah, but they are really good.
They are really good and they're really clean, guys. It did nothing to diminish my excitement from the year. It exponentially rose.
Yeah,
seeing them out there.
Agreed. To his credit and to my I'm rooting for that.
Oh yeah.
But I think the longest offensive play of the day came from Kadero Hodge, who some idiot doesn't have on his final 53-man roster. But I mean,
the one play that I made fun of, that I kind of made fun of you a little bit and I ragged on you, he didn't even catch it. But Kadero burned AJ Green.
Oh, my God, he did.
I think it was AJ Green. I'm not 100%. But he burned somebody on the defense, and Baker overshot him a little bit. Yeah. And I said, wow, Nick, that's really weird that somebody you don't have on the roster just burnt somebody that you have on the roster. And everybody just were like, But, Kadero looked good. He looked fast. He looked healthy.
Just a side note to you. We have so many more, and thank you, everyone, for joining us. We have so many more people, different, and so we were definitely thinking, we were spitballing the one episode, and we were thinking maybe an additional show at a different time would be a good idea,
especially as we get into real games.
Yeah, sure, and then
or even a recap episode of the preseason games. We might look around, do some stuff like that. I think the first preseason game is a Thursday. Is that right?
Yeah, it's super
August 12th. Yeah, that's a Thursday because my wife's birthday is on Friday the 13th this year.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Greg weighs in that it was another first down because Kadero Hodge
Yeah.
it.
But I just want to say, the variety of people, you all being here and commenting like this, like
it's driven the show.
Hi Jenny, hi Wompkins, hi, it's definitely driven the show, but it definitely encourages me, and I'm sure Jacob and I will continue to talk about this. It's like we're glad to have you all here, and we don't see you all on Tuesday nights, so maybe especially as we get infinite more content, that might be something we should dig into, because this is awesome. So thanks to everybody, and like I said, so for people that maybe don't normally see us, and I know I already said that, but just to reiterate, we're giving away another GV Artwork shirt at 225 subscribers on YouTube, and we're working our way there. So if you would click that button, it would mean a hell of a lot to both of us, because we love doing this.
Sorry, I was just reading about the Vikings.
Oh yeah. We love doing this. Thank you so much for being here. And that's why we're going to try and come at you from different times, right? Because that's the beautiful thing about Browns Twitter and Browns fans in general. You are around the world. You're around the world. We're all in different time zones. So 8 p.m. isn't for live, doesn't work for everybody, and that's okay, because Jacob and I are learning and adapting, and so we're going to keep finding ways to bring you content.
Another question about DPJ. DPJ looked good.
Yeah, he did.
As a DPJ stan, I had a great day.
You did?
I didn't notice Anthony Schwartz. I'm not sure that he made many plays today. I'm sure he was out there, but I
think of one.
He didn't really stand out.
No, I didn't.
It wasn't a bad thing, though. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Not everyone can stand out on every day.
Yeah, and the offense struggled a little bit today.
I would agree.
I think they struggled a little bit. I don't know. How Manila are you being without pads on the fourth day of unpadded practice? I don't know. So it was a great time. But if anybody's got any more questions, hop them in there, because I think we're about ready to wrap up this training camp, our day at training camp wrap-up show. But it was great.
Yeah.
We had fun. It was well worth the drive. We're going to go smash some food in a little bit.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
We're going, if anybody's interesting, where are we going? Thurston 10.
Thurston 10.
We'll be over at Thurston 10 if anybody wants to swing by and say hello.
Feel free, join us. We have a couple other friends. Andy's there. Dan is there, and Roger making an appearance. Can't wait.
Roger, the grumpy old bastard.
Yeah, can't wait. We're going to have a good time.
I like to take shots at Roger when I know he's watching. Because he's like, oh, he has fun with it. Roger's a good dude, but I just love to just mess with Roger. It's like poking a sleeping crocodile. One day he's gonna bite my freaking hand off.
I just want to say the last thing that Jacob and I both talked about is the quarterbacks were rotating through and throwing, and there was
I remember you.
No knock on Case Keenum or Kyle Oleta, but Baker's arm strength.
Yeah.
Is just
the difference was just like you don't need to understand football. You just need to have eyeballs.
Yeah.
And you could see the difference in arm strength and pure arm talent, I'd say.
There were some throws that it looked like a quarterback is like putting his entire body into.
Yeah, Case had it because Case has a little bit of an arm, not as big of an arm, but I remember you guys talking about
and then Baker's just like bing, it's crazy.
That one that he overthrew Hodge.
Oh man,
that was a flick of the wrist, and he must have thrown it 40 yards downfield.
Yeah,
because he overthrew Hodge.
Yeah,
and Hodge was wide open. I'm just saying. I don't know how
he was wide open,
but it somehow doesn't make the roster.
So we'll see. We'll see about that. One of us is talking how many? 30 seconds, a minute, about the Steelers. Whoever loses.
Oh, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, if Kadero makes the roster, Nick has to say something very nice about the Steelers for 30 seconds.
What am I going to say?
I forgot about that, and you just totally re-upped yourself.
God.
Well, no, it's probably going to be me. We'll see. We'll
see. So we'll find some stuff, maybe.
But thank you all for joining us on this special training camp episode. We will preview the Pittsburgh Steelers on Tuesday.
With the media members of Pittsburgh.
Somebody that is covering the Pittsburgh Steelers at training camp right now. So if they're at camp today, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But this has been incredibly fun. Thank you for all the new people that joined us. I love seeing new faces. Thank you.
Especially people that we talk to about the show, but never talk to the people during the recording.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
So thank you for being here. So yeah, I guess here, man, this has been a whirlwind so far. So as always, no, this was episode 14. Yeah.
Yes.
Got to remember that.
Autogram.
Yes. So I'm Nick. He's Jacob in person. Wow. All the way from near Athens. What a guy. What a guy. Dedication. And as always,